But we must talk about Grenfell first, of course, because the report was published yesterday. It said the 2017 fire was the result of decades of failure by successive governments and systematic dishonesty by cladding firms. It's a brutal old report, 1,700 pages long, blames incompetence, dishonesty and greed by organisations including the fire service, including the building's landlord and the local council for the disaster. I'm just thinking, Gemma, we won't probably see any criminal court action until 10 years after it happened.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that absolutely extraordinary? And I think the Eye sort of said how I feel. It's like they were let down, these people, by everybody around them. And you do wonder whether it had been a luxury, wealthy apartment block, whether things would have moved more quickly. The report is so damning. Regulatory incompetence, corruption, the fire service had been cut as well. That cladding on the outside of the buildings, anybody who knew that was flammable like that, it is criminal. And I don't think any of us will forget the day that we saw that inferno happen and the fact that we are so far down the line. And some people, I believe, are still not housed permanently.
Well, I'm also thinking, Robert, you've talked a lot about people with disabilities like yourself, and of course they were uniquely vulnerable in that high rise.
Yeah, the whole thing is incredibly grim, and just watching it all on the TV yesterday, it just brings it back.
Yeah.
It was so horrific at the time.
No, I don't know, you sort of wish somebody had said, look, this is on me. But no one will ever say that.
No, because I think it is a blend of things that let these people down. But however, what I will say is nobody has more power than the government after an event to then hold people to account and to investigate and to do due diligence. And I never forget really distasteful things like Jacob Rees-Mogg saying that, they should have used their common sense, which was disgusting, talking about the people trapped in the building.
I was not going to mention that because it was so offensive.
Or Lord Pickles at the inquiry, the big old bloated man saying, I've got to get to a lunch. And it was like, really? This is the people who've lost their loved ones have been campaigning for so long. Johnson, when he was mayor, was obviously way before Grenfell, was being questioned about why he'd cut 65 million quid of the fire service. And he told them to get stuffed. And that kind of attitude, it has not helped.
OK.
Click here for Mogg's common sense comment concerning Grenfell.